Hi guys, it's Allie with Chaos Monkey, and I am going to try to do a whips acquisition video thing because I haven't done a video like this in a while. And first of all, if I can speak, first off, I wanted to show you a bag I bought. Now this is a really cute bag. You can see the size of it if you look at my ginormous hands. Right there. And then you see this got the straps, and then it's got the little drawstring on the inside in a gingham. This is adorable and really, really well made. And this was from ohsewtwinklecrafts on Etsy. She's also on Facebook and Pinterest. She's in the UK, so I bought her off of Etsy. And of course the shipping takes a little longer and everything, but I really, really like her work, so I couldn't suggest her more. I'll put her link in the description box below. And then I also got this from her. And it did take a little longer than I thought because she's actually made this piece. I don't know if this piece was already made, but it didn't quite show on the description that she had to make it, so after I ordered it, that's when I realized she had to make it, which is fine. I mean, it's no big. But this is actually a needle holder for fixed circular needles for knitting, and I needed one of these so bad because what I had done was keep them all in the original packaging and shove them into a drawer, and I was running out of room. It's a small drawer, but still. But as you can see, this is like a canvasy, thick fabric with sheep, and then there's a big button, and then as you open the button it unfolds, and then this piece flips up, and we've got a flower print and a polka dot, and as you can see, all of these slots front and back hold my needles, and I love this a lot. I think I put almost all the needles I use in here, and then the only needles I didn't put in here were needles I was going to get rid of because of whatever reason that I didn't like them. So these are all my fixed circulars. So you can see all the ones with the fixed cord attached. In case you don't know the knitting lingo, that's all that means, is that they're not interchangeables, but they're circulars. They're just fixed circulars on cords, and cords of different lengths and different needle sizes. So yeah, I love this very, very much. So I had to definitely share that acquisition. And it folds in thirds, which I also like, and I like the fact that it's a little square guy. Because I'd been shopping around for a while to try to get a needle case, and I wanted to support someone who has the sewing skills, and I'm really, really happy with it. It's really nice. And the bag I love. I put a pair of socks in it as soon as I got it. And that's pretty much my only acquisition that I've had in quite a while. And I'll show you guys what I'm working on, which is just 2 at a time socks. This is Crochet sock yarn. Let me see. A blue rag, or it's always this weird name on this guy. Blue striped rag. With, Patton's Crochet sock. And it's 75% wool, 25% nylon. So this is a really sturdy sock yarn that I use for my boyfriend, or for gift socks for men. And these were actually for my boyfriend. I don't know if they're going to go to him or be a Christmas present for a coworker, because they have the same size feet. So I just make the same size sock. So I think my boyfriend wanted to give these to his coworker. I think that's where they're going to go. And they're almost done. I usually make the cuff all the way to the end to use up as much of the yarn as possible, and also when it's on your foot it's shorter than it looks because it gets wider, so it rides down. So I try to make them as long as possible for men because they like to have taller socks usually. And this is just a, what is this? Judy's Magic Cast On Toe Up. I just increased to 30 stitches. Just do a rib on the bottom. Fish lips, kiss heel with garter both sides so it's extra squishy. And then a 2x2 rib all the way around for the cuff on these. And yeah, pretty happy with these. I'm not quite happy with the way this stripe worked out. When I split off for the heel, you can see the rest of the blue stripe is here and then part of it is here. And usually I try to kind of watch that and start a color like right at the heel to kind of avoid that, but I completely forgot to do it this time. So if you don't do that, you get like a part of a stripe. Part of the blue and part of the no gray here because they all went into the heel. So you can make it look a little better if you try to eyeball it. It's not going to be perfect, it's just the nature of the heel. If you want perfect stripes on any type of socks you're doing, or perfect pattern, if you have self-striping sock yarn or self-patterning sock yarn, the only way you can do that is to do an afterthought heel. And what that is that you would just make like a tube all the way up and not put the heel in. You would just put in a, you would knit in like a string as a holder and just finish your socks and then come back in and pick up the stitches before and after the string and then knit a heel on. It's the only way to have a perfect, to leave your pristine stripes or whatever you want. So this is always a possibility. I know it's not a big deal. It just kind of sticks out a little bit because it's the darkest stripe. So it's the only reason it got to me. But if you're going to do socks the way I do, where they're not afterthought heels, you just knit the heel in as you go. If you've got a pattern or self-striping, you're going to have some weird action on the front. It's just no way to get around it. So, so no big. It's just for gift socks, I'm a little woo about that. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to bump the camera. But for my boyfriend, who cares? But so I'm kind of, we might gift them, we might not. I honestly don't think the recipient would care about that stripe. I gave him one pair of socks already and he loves them, and I think he'd just be happy to get another pair. So, trying to get these done by Christmas. I also have a hat I need to start probably today because unfortunately one of my friends has cancer and he asked for a hat, and I'm going to get him a hat done by Christmas as well. What else was I doing? Oh, you guys. here's a finish. I think the rest of my stuff is finishes, to be honest. This is an elephant, and I'm going to pull up a little bit here. And he is adorable, and I love him. And you see how he's got flannel on the ends of the feet here, and on the ends of the hands here. And you can see both the feet and both the hands. And he's pretty good sized. His head's a little floppy. I tried to reinforce around the neck, but I just made a really floppy head. I think I overstuffed his head. And then his ears have the flannel as well. And you can see he's pretty adorable except his eyes. I think his eyes are creepy. And this pattern is by Old Soul Crochet, and as you can see, this elephant has much cuter eyes. So I think what I did wrong was, number one, my head shape is a little different than her. Hers is much cuter, and mine came out a little oblong. But I think I didn't put the white stripes quite in a cute spot. So what I'm going to do is cut those out, kind of mess around and try to put them in a cuter spot. If that doesn't work, then I think I'm just going to cut the eyes out. Maybe try smaller eyes, even though I kept going down and down and down because I kept making them too big. Or, I don't know, guys, but I have to make him cuter because these eyes are not cute enough. When he stares at you from across the room, it's really creepy because it's just something to do with how I've positioned the eyes, because eyes can be tricky. So you can see her version is super cute. So I'm going to try to fix the eyes more similar to her version to see if I can get him cute. And if I can't, again, because my head is a little more oblong, and my body is a little more narrow, it's just the way I crochet. I think it's just because I'm a tight crocheter. I end up kind of making my things more oval than round from patterns. I don't know, it's a problem I have. But anyway, here's a side view of the trunk, and so you can see this long part right here kind of takes away some of the cuteness. He's still adorable. It's just not as cute as her versions, And if you don't know, this is Valerie with Old Soul, and she has a YouTube channel and a million cute patterns. And as for the pattern was great. It's a huge pattern. I printed this off way long ago. I think there's 14, 16, 17 pages, 17 or 18 pages in there total. Very well done pattern. Lots of pictures, and she has a template for you to cut out the flannel and put the holes in it so you can attach it on. So this is the first time I've done anything with flannel in the feet, and I really like it. It's really cute. And his ears probably turned out a little small in scale than her ears. Again, you have to have those baby proportions, so it has a rounder head and bigger ears, and mine kind of had a longer head and smaller ears, which took a tiny bit of the cuteness away. And mostly it's the eyes. I think if we get the eye situation fixed, the cuteness will go way up. So overall, I'm really pleased. I'm just not happy with my eyes. Oh, and make sure you use really thick, high quality flannel. She does say that in the pattern, but my first attempt I used a thinner flannel, and you have to make little holes to crochet into, and I ripped right out of a hole. Because the flannel was too thin. So just make sure, just as a heads up, if you're interested in her patterns, just make sure you get a thick flannel, and you won't have any problems doing these pieces. But this is my first pattern from her, so I think I might make some adjustments because of the way I crochet in the future, like maybe take out a row here, just to make sure I have a round head. To up the cuteness factor. But you don't know any of that till you make the pattern for the first time. So he's still cute, he's still adorable, he's just not up to 100% of my cute standards. So I'm going to improve that with the eyes, and we'll see what we're going to do from there. So finally, I've been wanting to make one of these forever. So super cute, out of blanket yarn, and adorable. Adorable, adorable. Yeah, I wanted a little more contrasty flannel, but it does go good. It does go really well. That's the only one I could find in this thickness at the time, so he's adorable. So that's a finish. I'm going to put that over here. And I think whatever else I've been working on, I showed in a doll video, and my finish for Knit Crate, so that's in a separate video. But this was a shawl pattern I tried for the first time, and you can see the ends ruffle really pretty. I'm going to try to spread them out so you can see the pattern. This is in Gnome from Mandala. Let me see the pattern. I know I had it out here. Here we go. The Merino Wrap. I always want to just call it the Merino Shawl, and it's from New Wool Designs, and it has a really interesting construction. She uses a different yarn. She uses Red Heart. It's a wrap in rainbow. It's a wrap rainbow in sea glass for this one. So I didn't have that, so I just went ahead and used a mandala because I had the yardage. Yeah, this was a cool construction. It was really interesting because you do this piece first, and then you pick up stitches to do this section. And then, of course, there's different stitches. This is, one type of stitch. This is a different type of stitch with some puff stitches, and then your edging with your ruffle. So as you can see, here's the first piece. And it does curl up quite a bit on the edges, which you really can't see. I love that part. And then here you can see all the puff stitches. And it was really fun to make. It's a really long piece, and it ruffles really pretty when it's on, especially with this section. It kind of ruffles. And I tried to keep the striping pretty consistent. The end, I just ran into some yellow, but other than that, I had pretty consistent striping, except for this mandala made me mad because in the middle of the green they had started a new ball, and they had tied purple to the green, and then this piece of purple only went from about to here, and then went back to green, and then went to purple. So I actually ended up having to rip back, cut that piece out, and start it at the green. And yeah, I was not happy about that. When you have a color striping yarn, when you have to cut it in the middle of a ball, you have to make sure your stripes line back up, and that one did not line back up. And I didn't catch it, because you know how when you're just crocheting, you're going and going and going. I didn't catch it till I was way past and looked back and went, what? There was just this one blotch of purple in the middle. I think I took pictures. If I did, I'll put the pictures in here just to kind of show you what happened, and then I had to rip back. But that was the balls issue, nothing to do with the pattern. The pattern was really fun. It was different, and I will definitely be making more of these. Maybe even out of the yarn she made hers out of. But this shawl is actually going to be in my Etsy shop if anybody's interested. I have enough shawls. I just wanted to make it, and I didn't have anybody in mind. So that usually what I do with my shawls is I kind of look through all the ones I have, which ones I'm wearing, which ones I'm not wearing, and then determine which ones I'm going to put in the shop after I make them. And this one's definitely going in the shop because I love it, but I think somebody else would actually get more use out of it than I would. I think this would end up being put in a bin and never see the light of day, or once a year see the light of day. So I'd much rather it go to somebody who would appreciate it more, because gosh knows I have enough shawls. So plus I enjoy making, and I have too much to wear, so I like to sell them. And then I don't make a good profit off my sales, just to give you a heads up. I do free shipping, and I only charge $20, and the shipping has to come out of my profit, plus Etsy takes a cut when you sell it, and you know what I mean. So, but still, I get enough back to like make up for the yarn, and a tiny little profit, so at least that gives me back yarn money. So, anyways, $20 free shipping domestic. If it's outside the US, I can't afford the free shipping because I would have absolutely no profit at all. So, just to give you a heads up, I sell most of my shawls for $20 with free shipping at the moment, just to get them moving, and you know, just to get some yarn money back. Not really trying to make a living, if you know what I mean, because that wouldn't work. So, I think that is the only works in progress. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I haven't really, besides what you've seen in other videos, and besides some commissions, and besides some Christmassy stuff, I really don't have much going on for future projects. And in here, oh, this is what I was doing. This is actually, you guys are gonna laugh. This, let me get this out of the way, is a bauble beard. And these actually attach to a hat. So I made some bauble beards, and I haven't made the hats yet. So that's kind of in progress. So I'll show you guys when I'm finished. Because I'd had the pattern, and I think it's adorable. You've got to see the pattern. Oh, I have it handy. I kind of have a pile of papers here, you guys. That's not helpful for me to find things. Usually I'm more organized, but I got sick early December, and because of that, I kind of fell behind and kind of got all out. I can't find the pattern, but anyway, it's super cute when it's on, and I'll try to link it below. Any of my stuff, any of my patterns and stuff, I link in the description box. Plus, I have affiliate links and things down below where you can get money off of stuff, and I get like a kickback or money off of stuff, so it's a win-win. So anything you're interested in down there, just click on a link. I'm trying to add more and more because I have things that have affiliate links, and I keep forgetting to like share them with you guys, so you can have money off too of stuff. But yeah, this is super adorable if you see it on. Let me see. I think I just made a couple of sizes, if I remember correctly. Oh, I think I made like 3 or 4 sizes. Oh yeah, here's the large. Here's the medium. And then I think one of these, I think this one is baby sized. So you could, you can't even see that, it's too dark. You could see this would be adorable on a little baby hat. So I really wish I could find the picture. I might pause to go get it. But that's kind of a work in progress. But then the rest is just ideas for future projects, but I don't really try to share too much of that because I always end up changing my mind and I don't want you guys getting disappointed. Oh, I'm still working on my squares for my blanket that has the Jada and Stitches blanket. I'm behind. I was ahead all year long, and then November I fell behind. So I have November and December square to do. After I do those, I'll show them to you. Haven't done them yet, but I haven't forgotten. I'm still working on that Jada and Stitches blanket. I think it's 2017 blanket. Don't hold me on that. I'm not sure which year. And I'm still doing my pinwheel squares, if you remember those that I'm doing out of fingering weight for a blanket, but I have not made one recently because of Christmas, seasonal crafting, so that one's kind of on the back burner, so nothing new there. And let me go ahead and pause and see if I can find that pattern. Hold on just a second. I found the pattern, and here's the bobble beards that you couldn't really see because they're so dark. I only had dark brown really that would work. So here's the beard, and then you attach it to the hat. This is just the beard pattern. The hat pattern is separate. But oh my gosh, you guys, look at the baby. Look at that beard on the baby. So I think I made one of every size to either give as gifts or like to sell in the shop or whatever's. But here's one on. It just cracked me up. You know how sometimes you just have to make stuff, right? Oh my gosh. Here's the designer with her baby. So this is by, because I also wanted to, ashleymarie.com, and I think she's got the hat pattern available too. So I'll either make my own hat or do hers if I can get it for free. So I just wanted to show you that picture for the beards. And well, here's a future project, but I may or may not make this anytime soon. But here's one that just happens to be sitting here, and this is called Here We Gnome Again. It's by Sarah, I want to say Sarah Shira. And they're knit, and it's cable gnomes. So you know how I like to make stuffies, so I'm just trying to find the right yarn for it, because she did them in like a nice, what do you call it, tonal worsted merino, and I do not have a worsted merino anywhere in stash, so I will probably be making those when I get the right yarn, because cute. And this is a paid for pattern. I bought it a month or two ago, and I kept forgetting about it, so I'm trying to keep it out so that I remember to get some yarn for that. And other than that, I think that's all I really have to share at the moment. Oh, and if you're curious about this bag, I always try to let you know, this bag is almost like a one-off. I don't think she does these anymore, but this was fatgirlsewing. I bought this a couple years ago when she first started her shop, so it's just fatgirlsewing on Etsy, and I think now she does mostly grime guards for cross stitch and bags, different types of bags, but per, like when you order, like by order, with different fabrics. So you can pick your fabric, pick your bag, and she'll make it. This was way back when she just had some really cute ones in the shop, and I had to have the watermelon bag, and I'm glad I grabbed it when I did, because I have not seen a bag like this anywhere else. And if you see the inside, hold on, there we go. It's actually gingham, so it looks like a little picnic. Isn't that cute? With a little inside pocket. But yeah, this bag is like a really nice size for stuff. So before I bore y'all, that's pretty much all my whips. I did want to give a shout out to Pamela's Adoring Crochet, because I haven't done shoutouts in forever. Mostly because I got sick. Oh, and if you guys didn't know, I have a chronic illness, so what happened at the beginning of December was my chronic illness just acted up, and it threw me off for a couple of weeks. And so, don't worry, you don't have to say, you know, hope you get better and all of that stuff. Thanks for your concern, but it's just, it goes with the territory. I have fibromyalgia and a whole bunch of other stuff that goes with it. And in case you didn't know, and if I complain, it's about being sick. That's usually what it's about, and I just have to wait to recover and then try to catch up. So December just got really thrown off because of that. But anyway, going back to Pamela's Adoring Crochet, because I was sick, I wasn't doing a lot of watching of videos, and I wasn't like really getting like a list of people to shout out, but I did want to shout out Pamela because she just started a channel, and off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of people, newer people, so they can get some love. Also, Chronically Crocheting. I'll try to link her down below. I think she's a newer channel too that I watched, and I want to make sure she gets some love. And for Pamela's Adoring Crochet, she actually designs 18-inch doll clothes. So I'll link all of her stuff down below so you can see her and see her patterns and stuff. So, and I think that's it. I'm gonna ramble too much if I don't get off of here. If I forgot anything, I'll just show you guys next time, and we'll just go from there. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has a nice Christmas, and I will probably see you after Christmas on my next video. And anyway, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.